it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bumping through your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass.
Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie Podcast. What's going on here? Was trying to connect tonight with a friend of mine, Jay Bravo, my buddy. He's down in North Carolina. And so I'm just waiting for him to click on. I don't think he's he should have been on already. So we're just gonna go through a couple of things here, right? Let's see. All right. And I'm going to try to share something here. Jay and I have been friends for a long time. So, we talk through Facebook, do a few things. And, he's pretty crafty dude.
See it stays there.
So let's see if we can kind of share this here.
Screen here. I gotta do the narration.
It's John working on.
Hey gang, we're back at you, John and Michelle. You can hear that chain nice and quiet. It was noisy a few minutes ago. Yeah. Michelle and I rotated the wheel while she sprayed some penetrant oil. I guess it's an old dry chain. I'm gonna get a new one, but for now I got it nice and ultra lubricated, nice and quiet. It's I readjusted it. It's got the right amount of tension, so it should be okay. I can tighten it a little bit more later down the road as it wears in. I want to show you guys something over here. Of course, I got my greasy hand on it. This is I ordered this online. It's not original to the bike, but I know it looked pretty cool. And it's an old-fashioned style vintage mud flap. It's for a bicycle, like a 26-inch wide-fended bicycle. But as you can see, these fenders are pretty much like a 26-inch bike fender. And I took out the two top nuts here, bolts, and drilled the hole, measured it up, and fit it up in there where it would clear the plate. When the plate's on, it'd be like that. The plate, bolt in. You'll have about an inch until you see this custom. I don't know if it's going to work, babe. If you can see it. Restored by John W. Belmars, Yamaha YP1. Had that engraved. Cost me about almost $40 just for that. The actual flap was about $15, $16. So, I don't know. It adds up $55, $56 just to have that little flap on there, but it does look nice, you have to admit. And I bought a kickstand from a guy. It was in a foreign country. I forget where. I think it was probably Thailand. Most of the parts of this thing came from Thailand. Pardon me while I scuffle on the mat here, but yes, it is our new kickstand. It was missing. And I bought a new nut, new bolt for the other side, lock washer, put some blue thread lock on there. Now what I'm missing is one item. I got to get it tomorrow. I painted it, as you can see. It's nice and tight because it's new and the paint is sticky, But yeah, there's a hole right here. I don't know if you can all see it, but there's a hole right there. And the spring clicks on that hole and goes across to this little stud here. So it's got to be a little bit tight to lift the whole thing up. So I got to measure the distance from that hole right there to this stud, and then get it like about a quarter of an inch smaller, shorter, so I can probably fight like hell and get it on with a screwdriver without chipping all my nice paint, We'll see how that works out. But anyways, yeah, we got some things done today, huh, Michelle, on the bike? Should be working on the house, but I'm going to start it tomorrow, I guess. Anyways, the bike's here. like I say, a couple more features we did. Mud flap. There's a side view, I guess. And the new kickstand was missing. Now it's not missing the kickstand. It's the correct one too. So, yeah. Hello.
Hey, John, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, Charlie. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I had a little difficulty. I couldn't remember my damn password to get on that Chrome.
Oh, okay. Well, I glad to see you. Glad to hear from you. I'm glad you're above the mud and kicking and still looking young and vibrant. And I like your little videos on your YouTube channel, and I'm glad that we were able to connect. And so, what's going on with you, man? How's the weather down there? I know you guys went through a lot a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we received some wind. I got a little damage on one of my houses there. A tree fell over the new fence, took out a section of it, but I had it repaired and had the tree cut and removed, so it wasn't too much on my end, but just a tad bit, But I feel bad for some of the people that are west of us, kind of in the mountain areas and west, like Asheville and also in Tennessee. I guess they received the brunt of it. I guess there's a lot of people that lost their homes and stuff, and yeah, man, I don't know. I never seen anything like that. I've been living here for 8 years now, a little over 8 years, and permanently, and I never. Every time there was a hurricane coming up, from the south up, we never received much except some rain for a day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm glad you're safe, and I have some family down there, and they're safe, so I'm glad that everything's worked out. Um, so you stay busy, man, on YouTube. I see your little projects you have and you always kind of into something, since I've known you. You always done something crafty, and so what's your latest project? What's going on?
Well, let's see. I got that 65 bike pretty much done. I take it up and down the street. I'm not gonna use it for travel or nothing. It's just a hobby. I keep myself busy, man. I wasn't one of these guys since I was young and youthful and stepped out of the army back in what I guess I stepped out of the active duty army back in I guess I was like 25, maybe in 85, and New Bedford's a nice city to get things done. There's a lot of things to do. You can buy things and repair things. I had an old garage that I used to rent from a Portuguese dude, for like a garage that I used to rent.
Mm-hmm.
It stems back from way back then. Just trying to keep busy, keep out of trouble. Uh, not out there hitting the bars too much and spending money. I'd wait for the weekend, maybe have a couple, but I never was really into like spending my money on stuff like that. So that being that kind of character I am, I just grew up and started feeding myself with projects. I call them projects, and buying things and putting them together. There was a time I was flying these ultralight aircraft for a
Yeah.
while.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice. And then as we get older, we don't need that stuff too much. I'm in the 60s now, so it's nice to keep it safe and keep it grounded. But yeah, man, I'm working on a few of those vintage mini bikes that we used to indulge in when we were youngsters, back on the streets of New Bedford on Kempton Street and Mill Street, Park Street. That I grew up with when I was in New Beige. And yeah, man, those mini bikes are cool. My dad unfortunately never let me have one, so maybe he saved me from getting into trouble. I don't know. But as I grew up and become an adult, I always had a fascination for repairing them and fixing them and taking them up and down the street.
Yeah, let me see. I think I got that video on here. Let's see. Uh, let's try this here. Let's go to one of your videos here. We're gonna share this, man. Kind of me.
Rooms there, I think, like years ago.
Yeah.
Sleep overnight. Look at this one here.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Jefferson Street.
All right. Look at these little houses. So nice. Wow.
Yeah.
This is the town of Oley, Oley,
Oh yeah.
Pennsylvania.
Nice.
About 5.5 hours from New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Nice little.
and about maybe 8 hours from North Carolina where we live.
Welcome to Ole, Pennsylvania.
Mm,
This is the main street we're on. Here's the fire department.
Oh, yes, it's over there. I see it already.
Past it.
No, I guess you have to turn over there.
It's saying keep going.
Yeah, I just see the entrance over there. I guess we have to go.
You got
Take the
that Jeep?
next left onto Jefferson Street, then turn
Saw the
left.
mini bikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Jefferson Street off of Main Street.
and look at that building. I
In
like
about
that.
a minute. Michelle said she already saw it on the prior street looking down. She saw it.
This one right here, I guess.
Venturing it out to a mini bike show, you know, specifically for old school vintage mini bikes. I never knew they
Take the
even had.
next left, then you will
Yeah.
arrive at your destination.
This one
It was
over
pretty
here.
nice. When I pulled in, I was in heaven because I noticed
This is
all
it.
the women that were there
It's not
were
big.
my age or older.
First
Wow.
station on the right.
And there was a couple of grandchildren around with grandpa probably, but that was about it. It was mostly guys my age.
That's
Come
awesome.
on. Ay!
Yeah, see the guy?
Mimi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, it looks like my cat.
Little Tabby. It's me.
My family.
Mimi.
Yeah, no problem. You're just parking, right? Yep. Yeah, $5.
$5. What a
All right,
bargain.
today?
Yeah, doing good.
Just came in from North Carolina.
All right, cool. Yeah, here's they have the show bikes down at the big pavilion over there. Right down to which one
That
you
big
like.
pavilion down here.
Yeah,
Huh?
the big green one there. Okay.
A lot of mini bikes, you think?
Oh yeah, a lot of mini bikes. Well, follow that truck there. You see the orange cones, and
Yep.
make a right and park up in there.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a good time, guys. Thank you.
Close your window.
Look at that one.
Look at the guy.
nice one right
He's
there.
already riding.
That little one there is nice right there. Look at them all. Oh, that's a chopper for sale.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going
Probably,
crazy. I gotta
they're all
go
like,
crazy already.
you know,
This is not big,
Excited.
so
That is
Yeah.
a pavilion with them all inside. These are the flea markets. Look, here's a chopper right here. Look, the orange one. That's what I want. One like that.
look
Look at
at
that
this
bitch.
guy with that.
Look at that
Yeah,
chopper.
that's nice.
Oh, that's nice, guy.
Oh, that's right.
That's that thing we drove in the mall in
Yeah.
Thailand. Wow,
That's-
babe, look at all the fucking bikes, man.
yep.
Johnny Bravo is going crazy.
It's all right.
His face
Crazy.
like a kid in a candy store.
Kid in a candy store with sugarless candy.
Check it out.
Wow, a lot of stuff here, boy. Here's the guy with the engines here. No Clintons, though.
See, today's a nice day rather than yesterday. It's raining.
Wow.
Mimi is checking it too. Mimi's like, where the heck are we?
Wow. I should have
Just
brought my
gonna show a
nice
bike, John, then I'll
Here's the
click
pavilion
off of
right
this.
here in this barn.
Yeah, the cat wants to drive as well.
Well,
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
look
a
at
nice
this one over
That's an
there.
old Vespa with a sidecar. How cool is
yeah,
that?
about 8 o'clock,
That's
maybe
a
8.
nice toy right there, boy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stood there approximately half a day and
They got some nice
met
stuff.
a lot of gentlemen my age group. Like I said, a lot of decent people, and
Park over there.
picked up a lot of necessary parts and items I would need for the future for restoration of these little crafts, these little mini bikes. It was really overwhelming how many people of my age group was still invested and interested in this hobby from the 60s, you know, and 70s.
Yeah.
I never knew of this. It was like a real. I said we could get this on video, man. This is a capture that like has survived the test of time, I guess. You know, these old mini bikes and these old gentlemen that just want to sit on them and, you know, play like they were a little kid back in the
Uh-huh.
days. The easier, Charlie, you know, and there wasn't so much gang related and drugs and things. We just want to work on things and you know, utilize our time functioning with wrenches and tools and screwdrivers and not worried about hanging out. You know what I mean?
True. The I like that little car you built, the blue one, I think it was. That was pretty nice. I like that. I could
Oh, the
drive around the city with that thing, man. I wouldn't mind doing that. The
Let you know a little bit about that. That was my first car I ever bought and purchased from a foreign country. I bought that from Japan
wow.
online. And then they sent it over on a boat. It took about several weeks. And then it arrived in Maryland, Baltimore. There's like a port, you know?
Mhm.
And we had to do all kind of paper. It was very frustrating because it was all new to me. And the paperwork the government paperwork so they don't like confiscate it and make you pay a $6,000 fine or whatever it was. I guess you can't play with that paperwork. And I didn't know. I was a little lax on filling out certain paperwork, but I caught up to myself and I got it done. Had to get a broker involved, and all it was really a stressful time last year, about almost a year now, February. But anyways, we got it done. You know, when you want something bad enough, you know what they say, you'll get it done. So we got it done. And then we went up there, Michelle and I, the day before our appointment. You have to have a special escort that has a special badge that allows you into the port. You just can't walk in. Hi, guys. Let me look for my car and walk around. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yep.
kind of high security area, I guess. So we had to make an appointment with a gentleman, had a company that issues appointments to have you walk in with an escort. So to get there at 8:30 in the morning from North Carolina, we had to actually leave the day before. Um, you know, purchase a night in a hotel, nice hotel, simple hotel. Like it was a Hotel 6 or something, and then
Yep.
early morning have some breakfast and head over to the port. Once inside, we met the gentleman. He drove us in, fill out a couple of paperwork, show ID, got inside. I went to another place. We have to pay taxes, import taxes. It's very expensive too. It's not cheap. I thought it would be like, a couple $100 I'm in, but
Mm-hmm.
no. Total cost, Charlie, the day we left to go up there, the broker's fees, all this stuff. When we came back, the actual shipping from Japan was like $1,400. The car was only $2,400. And when I got it into my driveway and closed the gate and walked into my house, I assessed my budget, what I had put in, all in, and it was like $5,300 to buy a
Wow.
$20 car.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, that hurts in the pocket a little bit, you know. I but I hope that you get a lot of joy out of it, and you sold it, right?
I just sold it. You see, what's today? Today's what, Wednesday? I guess about 10 days ago.
Mm.
I sold it to a gentleman that was like mid 70s. I'm like saying to myself, "You still buying toys? Whatever." So, but oh yeah, I like these cars. And yours is the nicest one I looked at. And you really take good care of your cars. You have a gift and all this. He's praising me for my work, and I felt pretty nice. And hopefully he was being honest. The car was looking nice, and he gave me what I wanted. No argument there. Usually when I sell one of my cars or my projects, Charlie, I usually get what I want. Nobody like tries to really haggle me down because it looks so nice. If something
Yeah,
looks nice, you're gonna pay the man, you know.
yeah,
And the price,
definitely.
I don't tack on too much. Like these mini bikes, I went to a show. Where were we? Let me see. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. Brought all 4 mini bikes, displayed them. I think it was 5 mini bike. One was like a project bike. It wasn't quite done yet. It was a good father and son project. Well, anyways, I didn't sell any of them. And the prices were reasonable. But I guess in certain regions of this country, people don't throw money away for those things. But if you
Yeah,
go up to Pennsylvania or New Bedford or Connecticut, people that see those things, they appreciate. It seems like they appreciate antiques and vintage items more up north than down here in these small little crevices. You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, and sometimes you notice that down south they can have a gem just sitting in the garage somewhere and not being played with or touched or anything like that. And then somebody like you and I would see it and say, "Oh my God, what is that doing sitting there?" Do something with it. And it's amazing that people don't want to kind of get away from some of the stuff that they're attached to, got some sentimental value to it. But meanwhile, every little critter there is in Mother Nature is all in it, and somebody like you can grab it and restore it and make it look pretty.
Well, I'll tell
So
you, I've saw some items of interest, if you will. In passing by a certain, they have a lot of rural area streets here, little roads. I guess you could say they're compatible to like Route 6. Uh,
hmm
177 that goes up to Tiverton.
Tiverton, yeah.
They look like that, and the speed limit's 45, and you're traveling a little shortcut, I guess you could say, from the highway and stuff, and all of a sudden there it is, right in front of you. There's an old house, and there's an old car. Ooh, what's that? So you turn around. Oh, let me go out and knock on the door, see if they want anything, like the American Pickers, Mike and
Yes,
Mike
yes.
when they're I forget their name, but Mike and Frank. Anyways, so I'll knock on the door, and I don't know, man. You gotta watch out with that. He like up in the city where, yeah, how you doing? What's up, buddy? He ain't like that. Some of them don't even open the door. They talk through the door, and they'll say, "What do you need?" And hey,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
outside, is it for sale? No, it's not. Okay, it's been our family for years. It's going to stay right where it is. All right. Oh, okay. Bye. And just
Yeah.
some ask them, and you see the trees growing all around it, and it's been buried there, pretty much part of the infrastructure of
Yeah, definitely.
and they won't part with it. That was my father's. Yeah, okay, but then you get lucky. You find I found a lady last year. Her father passed away. He had a car in a barn or overhang or whatever it was, a carport. The sticker on it is still present. North Carolina sticker. It's 2000, so it hasn't been on the road since going on 25 years. And it's a real straight body. I picked it up last year for $5,000. It's a '66 Mustang. It
Wow.
doesn't as a 6-cylinder, but nevertheless, it's still good running motor, factory air conditioning still intact, nice straight body, nice tires. I guess the gentleman did some work on it. He did the brakes and the exhaust and a couple small items to get it running. And I guess his intention was to finish it and paint it and do the interior and make it nice, But unfortunately, he passed away, and the lady's desire was to bring it to a man and have them restore it, and then she
Yeah,
can drive around sporting her dad's old car,
very
But
nice.
people's dreams change through like work commitment, or as you know, or economics today. Maybe she changed her mind. She called me a month later and said, "I'd like to sell the car." I guess in reality, I'm not going to be able to do nothing with it. So you're a guy that seems that people have talked about you. You have a background on this. Maybe you could restore it, and then someday call me, and you could pick me up. I can meet you at your house, and you could give me a ride in it and some video. I said, yeah, that sounds pretty fair. So
Yeah.
she gave me the price. I picked it up. It's in the garage now at the other house. I own 2 houses on the same street,
Okay.
and it's in the garage, safe and sound. I bought a new gas tank for it and some items, the interior items. I just don't have the time right now because I'm remodeling one of the houses I now own. So you know how it is. It's all about time available. You know what I mean, Charlie?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm a Mustang guy. I really truly love them. At and all of the decades, I love every single Mustang. These last ones that have been coming out, kind of, you know, it, I like them, but I don't love them like I like the other years, So, but I wish you a lot of luck with that, and I can't wait to see it. It's one thing about a Mustang. I'll stop in my tracks just to look at one. It's one of my favorite vehicles.
Yeah, I've always been a Ford man. I always had a passion for the Mustang, especially the ones that I've had a couple when I was younger. I don't know where the picture is. I would show it to you, but I had a '65 Fastback back in 1982.
Oh,
I'm in
nice.
my little trophy room, with all I collect a lot of things, not just restoration. I do a lot of collecting, I collect items from way back.
Okay. Wow.
Lot of we're getting ready to move over to the other house, so everything's kind of ready to move, So, but yeah, I like to collect things, But what was I gonna say here on this? Yeah, Mustangs. I tell you, I've had about 8 of them in my lifetime. They really are nice cars. They're always sought after. I could probably sell it now that I bought the house. What happens? I bought the Mustang. It sat in the garage for the winter, and then I bought this house last year in March. Well, it's going to be 2 years this March. I'm sorry. And to remodel a house is a real big restoration project. You know what I mean? I can't do everything. I got to contract it out. save the money for a few months, have this done, have something else done. So the car is just sitting there. So I would say I lost a little bit of interest in restoring that one. So I might let that one go for what I have into it and let somebody else run with the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. The I had my last Mustang. I gave that to my nephew. It was just sitting around too long. Really didn't want any. I didn't really want it to go. You know, I didn't want the repairs to be any worse than what it was. It was running. It was sturdy and everything, and that was pretty sad for me to let it go. But like I said, it went to my blood, and I'm more than pleased to do that. But I
Right.
still want another one. As soon as I get rid of one, I want another one.
Let me get this camera like yours, the angle there, and the width.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I keep saying my slogan as I become a 60-year-old man is oh no, I'm getting this one done. And when this one's completed, that's it. I gotta relax. I wanted to travel. We do travel videos for people, let them know what it's like, where we've been, get all the pros and cons mentioned in the travel trip we go to, stuff like that. And then what happens? Ooh, look at that beauty over there. And before you know it, it's in my yard, and now I have to repair it. And it takes a lot. It's a really lengthy process to restore a car. I don't know if people out there realize you have to have I guess a real passion, a inner passion for seeing something through, for seeing something that's dilapidated or old or crusty or rusty or structurally broken. You have to look at it and make an assessment in your mind. Hey, man, what do you think? Can you do this, John? You kind of talk within yourself. You say, can you do this one? Let me look around. I don't know. Oh boy, oh no, I know a guy that will fix that for me. I know a guy that will patch that metal there for me. You got these people in place,
Mm-hmm.
like a lawyer, retaining a lawyer. They're like retaining your boys. You got some people that will help you out, and
So true.
that makes it a little easier to make the initial assumption if you're going to buy it or not, if you can actually fix it and see the project through. That being said, you the next step is economics, the money, how much the guy want for the thing. And if it's way out there, from what I feel through my past experience, it's worth, or if I don't get it for a certain base price, where once I put my magic into it, I know I can at least make a little bit of a profit, then it's not worth I'll just walk away, You
Yeah.
have to, that passion drop. You have to relinquish that passion too and walk away. Because sometimes when I was younger, I'd get all excited. Oh no, I got to have it. I got to have it, and you'd put that money out, and then boomba, 2 months, 3 months later, you see, oh, the whole bottom's all rotted on the frame. I didn't notice that because, you couldn't jack it up at that time. It was winter,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, in Massachusetts. So you now you own it. It's your responsibility. And now it's just too much for you. And now you try to backtrack and sell it and get rid of it. And I'm that kind of guy, Charlie. I don't like to, if I buy something that's not going to work out through my own fault and it's too much for me, I'm not one of those guys that's going to take it and prorate it and make it look nice in marketplace or wherever it used to be eBay, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to market it up and say, oh, it's a great car, it's beautiful, great potential, it's an easy fix, just so I can get rid of it and pass it on to somebody else who's going to probably have the same problem. I don't like really doing that to people. So I usually tell them exactly what's wrong. And even if I lose a little bit to bail out of it, I feel good inside. They didn't like screw nobody over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just kept it true, and that's called character, and you have it. So you just kind of tell it like it is, and this is what I got. This is what I'm offering. Not looking to rob the bank or anything, but let's make a sale. I get it. I truly, truly get it. Um, the just I think it's very important that when we do kind of get this age, is that we're always doing something that keeps our mind, thinking and moving And when you're sitting down and you're doing something, that's all good for you. It just kind of keeps the stability in the in your mind and your mental state going. You need it. Too many people kind of sit down and they veg out, and as they're getting older, they're wondering why things are not working right, including your brain. Well, you're not using it. You're not making it, useful anymore. And and then the body kind of starts telling you things. Start making frequent visits to the doctors, and well, it's time to get things right. So I'm glad that you are keeping your mental state real well when you're doing these projects, because um, it's very, very important. You see a lot of people just kind of going because they're just being vegetables and just chilling out, and they get sick and they're wondering why. Well, it's usually because you're just sitting home, you're not doing anything.
Well, I'll tell you, my new lease upcoming. I'm sure people watching this podcast they'll probably agree. You get a certain age, and you got to listen to your body. Like you said, and if you're there to provide for your body, you get a little extension of life. You get a few more years of, laying on the cement and working on projects or whatever. And then after a while, like I'm at that age right now, my foot's in that doorway right now, if you will. I don't want to get on down no more on the cement on a piece of cardboard. I don't want to like bust my knuckles no more. I don't want to have these cuts that don't heal as fast as they used to. You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I started realizing, if you don't have that same desirable passion, which was a big part of your life, you have to be that kind of person that's gonna like be able to walk away and just kind of wash your hands, put away the tools a little bit, like I've done. Believe it or not, it looks like I'm doing a lot of stuff, which I must have been really crazy back then. Now I'm slowing down, but and then what I'm pursuing, and it's amazing what I've seen here, because I'm a guy that likes to. I'm really inquisitive, Charlie, and I like to ask people questions. I'm in a lot of coffee shops in the mornings now that I'm retired, and I talk to a lot of gentlemen, mostly veterans and stuff like myself, and I get to scoop a lot. I like to get the scoop. And would you believe that? I think it was on some kind of a news thing. Only like I think 15 or 20% of Americans have a passport.
Mm.
That's what I read. I'm pretty sure it's close. I might be off of 5%, and that's not too many. And then they're not too expensive. They take a little bit to come in. It used to be 3 weeks. Now it's 8, 9 weeks to come in. And then I've asked people down here, my age group, hey, I'm going to go to the Philippines again. Oh, why are you going back there for? Well, I like it. My wife's from there. It's a lot of things to do. It's pretty nice, and well, you might as well live there then, and I'm like, well, don't you like the places you've been to when you've traveled in this world? And I don't have to travel. What do you mean? Never had a passport? No. Everything I need is in good old USA. Now that's
Hmm.
fine. That statement registers with me. I
Yep.
understand. Good for you. I still have coffee with the guy, no problem. The thing is, I don't really agree with it because I think when God presented each and every one of us into this world, as we were born, I believe God wanted us to pursue our life in the fulfillment of our life, like as much as gather and love and share and absorb and observe everything we can in those 70, 80 years we're on this earth,
True.
in the physical body, and I just think people like that, although they're great people, I'm sure, but I think they're limiting themselves and they're not seeing the full aspect of Mother Earth. I think we should all
Hmm.
get out there, and I don't mean going to Disney. Well, I've been to Disney. I asked one guy, "Oh, I've been to Disney. I've been to the Grand Canyon." Well, okay, that's cool. I've been there too. They're nice places. They're good tourist places. They're cool. It's like one of those things, like a bucket list thing. I understand. But some of these people, they got to get out and I think it'd be good for the mindset and like we were talking about earlier, the energy and the body, the workings of the body to keep them active and stimulated and
Exactly.
vitalized. I think getting a passport, saving those income tax refunds, selling the old bicycle in the garage, having a garage sale, a flea market, a yard sale, whatever. Do an extra job, delivering pizza on the weekends or whatever. Saving that money, let it accumulate for about 8 to 10 months. You and the wife, if you have a wife, or if you're a grandfather that has a grandson, get together and then book that ticket and go see the world. Go see Portugal. Portugal's really beautiful. Go see
Yeah,
Germany. Go see Southeast Asia. I
I
mean,
agree. I
it's so
really
much.
agree. I mean, I've been to a few countries, and but I'm very I just recently um my passport did expire. I got another one. We had that wait. But we're ready, and the wife's ready, whenever we decide where we're going, just gonna take off. And that's a good thing about it is
When's your
it's a
anniversary coming up?
what's that?
When's your anniversary coming up?
November 14th. Yeah, November
You didn't
14th.
forget it, huh?
No, no. No.
It's December 19th, and I'll be spending it. If you want to look on the map later, I'll be spending it in a little island in the Philippines called Iloilo.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Definitely.
It- you look it up. It's a modernized little city, and anyways you go in the Philippines, you meet friendly people anyway, so that's not a problem. But
True.
we haven't been there yet. But I'm leaving. We're leaving with the party on December 4th, coming back on the 27th, right after Christmas in December, and we intended to see the island of Davao, Cebu, Leyte, um, Puerto Princesa, in the island of Palawan. Yeah, we
Mm,
when we get over, we really use up our time. How do we say it? We fulfill our time available with checking out as much as we can absorb in that 3 weeks to a month that we're over there.
good, good. Yeah, my friend of mine just came back from the Philippines. He was excited, and hopefully hopefully his friends will get back here, and gonna have a good party. I can't wait. So hey, I want to say hi to Paul Gomes. How you doing, Paul? I hope all is well. Rode by your house today. I didn't see you, but hopefully the family's well, and I appreciate you watching and listening. Love the support. Thank you, and I'll
So
call you this weekend. The so John, this is what I do, man, and feel free. You something you want to talk about on the podcast, just get a hold of me, and we'll do this. We'll definitely get on and talk about almost anything. I'm glad that you reached out to me, and you've seen how easy it is. I'm ready to do a podcast at any point, any day. I think it's very important that I highlight people, and I wanted to kind of highlight what you're doing a little bit, and also give you an open invitation that anytime you want to come on the Really Charlie podcast, just let me know.
sounds good. I really appreciate it. I would have been on earlier back in I guess last year. You mentioned it to me, and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
I'm not too much into this, you know, uh, computerized stuff. I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
cell phone. I have a laptop. I have a desktop right here. Ask me when last time I turned it on. I'm not really into it, so that's why sometimes it's difficult to understand all this high tech jargon of today. But now that I'm familiarized with it, and I know you for a lot of years, so it seems like a win-win situation to get back to you on it. And what I'll do is, as I go to these events and you see them online, my wife puts them on. You can just ring me up or give me a buzz. Hey, Johnny, I saw the video on this and that. Let's do the thing today in the
Yeah,
podcast. And when I come back from the Philippines, we can do a nice one, all kind of high points, which you already have on your side, from taking video clips and pictures. I try to keep the video clips a little shorter now so people can show them and then talk and then show them and then
yeah,
explain,
I
uh,
agree.
12 to 30-second little clips along with some pictures. But yeah, we could do that. That'd be pretty nice. And some of your people that view this, they'll probably like it, and maybe we'll will sell the product, Charlie, and they'll want to get their ticket and their passport and go check out where Johnny's been. Who knows, right?
Yeah. I like it, man. As always, well wishes to you and the family. And you need me, you have my number. And I shared this podcast. It's on your Facebook page now. So your friends will see you. It's right on your page. And I'm on YouTube also. So, and before we go, I just want to say thank you to WNB1 Radio, 262 Union Street, New Bedford, Mass. Add WNB1 Radio to your devices, being Apple or Android, and you can listen to music 24 hours, 7 days out of the week, along with the shows, the sports podcast, the several podcasts like Frequency Live. I'm on Sundays at 7 o'clock with some of my hosts, Roberto Carter, Derek Demers, Jasmine Ascasellis, we call it Jay Glock, and Edmund Ray. We're all on there talking our stuff. So, but that's WNB1 Radio, or go to WNB1.com. John, I just I put your YouTube channel in the comment section. So anyone that wants to check out John and his great videos, just check it out. The link's right in the comment section.
Sounds good, Charlie. Hey, when I'm back up that way visiting my sisters and family, I'll ring you up, man. We can go have some breakfast at Dylan's, have that SOS.
Yeah, I still got my shirt like yours, and whenever I see something, I grab them. I miss Andrew, he sold the place, but it still got that same kind of, same atmosphere. It's good, so I love it. So, all right, brother. Well, you take care, and feel free to call me anytime. All right.
It's good, Charlie. All right, man. God bless you and your family. Enjoy your upcoming holidays. I'll keep you posted on my travels and whatever I'm doing. All right, brother?
I appreciate it, man. Take care. All right. God bless you. Awesome. Jay Bravo, my man. We worked together for a few years. Always stayed connected. He went down south. He's living down there. Got his fabulous wife, and they're making their life down there. About 8-10 years, I guess. And so I'm so glad that we connected and I got him on the podcast. It's easy as that. Get in touch with me. I'll put you on the podcast. Just got to know how to click on the link, get on the tube, and go from there. All right, man. Thank you, everyone on YouTube, Facebook Live. I appreciate you, and WNB1.com. All right. Take care. God bless. And I will see you guys Sunday on Frequency Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care, y'all. God bless.
It's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bump into your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yo, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Yeah, it's the Really Charlie Podcast. Bump into your broadcast, grab a chair, fill your glass.